Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining us here today at the Zest Webinar, which is tagged How to Grow Your Business Through Strategic Partnerships. And at Zest, we have been conducting this webinar from January this year just to ensure that, businesses and business owners have the right insights and have fundable information to keep them on track in their businesses. And today we're going to be talking about something very interesting. The topic for today's webinar is how to grow your business through strategic partnerships. And today we bring to you two very, very key people in this sector who are going to be sharing with us from their wealth of knowledge and, of course, expertise. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said, how to grow your business with strategic partnerships. And it's just sheds light to the fact that partnerships is very important, in businesses. And then you need to know how to strategically grow your business via partnership. And today, what you're going to learn as a business owner is, how important it is for businesses to leverage strategic partnership for growth. And of course, the emerging trends business partners should know and they should be aware of. And of course, you can have the opportunity to ask our speakers for today specific questions as regards your business and as regards partnership. So my name is Maya Rajojai, and I have the honor of hosting today's webinar. As always, we, ensure that business owners and businesses have the right resources that they need to stand, and of course, have the right resources that they need to be able to thrive in their businesses. And today we have two speakers with us. We have two speakers with us. I'm going to read now their profile. And just to confirm, if you're on this call, please can you drop a hi or a hello or anything in the comments so that we can know that you're here with us. If you're on this call, please just drop a hi or hello so I can know that you're here with us. I can see some people who have joined. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has joined so far. Okay, thank you to everyone who has joined so far. All right, so moving very quickly, I'm going to be introducing our speakers for today. The first speaker for today is David Olaya, and he is a business manager. And I'm going to read out his profile. He has a background in hospitality management and an MBA from the University of East London. David Olaya combines business acumen, customer service, and industry knowledge to deliver value-added solutions that meet customer needs and expectation. He has a proven track record of developing and nurturing key partnerships and alliances with fintech industry leaders. He is currently the head of cloud fintech business development at Y, where he spearheads strategic initiatives to drive cloud services adoption in Nigeria. So thank you so much for joining us today, David. I believe you're on the call. You can please turn on your camera. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so our second speaker for today is Oladayo Cruz, and he is a strategic results-driven professional with a distinguished record of driving business growth and development. He excels in assisting visionary leaders to clarify their objectives, identify organizational gaps, and create actionable roadmaps to transform their vision into reality. As the business planning manager at Zest, Oladayo leads various strategic partnership initiatives, leveraging his expertise to foster successful collaboration and drive the company's growth. So yes, we have Oladayo Cruz with us today, who is the business planning manager here at Zest. So yes, I can see David already. Thank you so much for joining us today, David. I hope you're doing good today. We'll just wait for Oladayo to join us on the call. And then, if you're on the call, please, you can turn on your camera so we can kickstart the conversation for today. Like I said, today we're going to be discussing on how to grow your business through strategic partnerships. So we're talking all things partnerships at the very core of businesses, and why, not only the why, we're talking about how important it is and, how you can grow your business through strategic partnerships. All right, so we have David with us today. Thank you so much, David. Thank you for taking out your time to join us today. Okay, so we're just going to kickstart very quickly. Like I said earlier on, partnership is at the core of every business, and it's very important that business owners and businesses in general know the importance of partnership. So I'd like to ask you this question just very quickly. How important is it for businesses to leverage strategic partnerships for growth? Over to you, David. How important is it rather for businesses to leverage strategic partnerships for growth?
Okay, hi Mayor. Could you please confirm you can hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Yeah. So I mean partnerships, it's basically at the center of everything right now. Nobody wants to go through the headache of having to build stuff end to end. Whatever it is you seek to do, or whether it is now or later in the future, are what people already ventured in. Yeah, so strategic partnership basically helps you, I mean, um, aids market expansion. It helps you diversify your risk, very important. Resource sharing. It also gives you somewhat like a competitive advantage here because you're able to focus on the core of your product rather than having to delve into a lot of activities that makes your product as a whole. You're able to share resources, share responsibilities across board, and it gives you somewhat like a lift start because in this fintech business, we always like to pride ourselves as being agile. Yeah, so partnership basically is the way to go. And it also helps you access greater resource pool. So once you're able to get a lot of relevant stakeholders, you align based on interest and goals. You guys draw like a roadmap for whatever it is you want to achieve by having to partner with them. So it's a no-brainer that partnerships definitely is going to help you scale very quickly, and it reduces the risk analysis of whatever it is you want to do as a product.
All right, thank you very much, David. So I believe that, just to a follow-up question to what you said, quite a number of people, they see partnership, but then behind the partnership is the partners. And then, some of them can be in a dilemma as to how to select the right partners. How can they select the right partner? How do they think that, okay, this person is going to be a viable partner for me and for my business? So what kind of specific questions, would you say that businesses should ask, potential partners?
Well, in no particular order, yeah. So off the top of my head, if I were to partner with somebody, I definitely lead partnership here at my organization. So much more than the value proposition and what this person seeks to offer me, I look at, I evaluate the culture fit. Yeah, I need to make sure that in terms of culture alignment, we can be there, because I wouldn't want to bring in any mismatch. Yeah, what is their attitude towards work? How do they go about solving problems? What is their brand perception? What is their public image like? So that is just one of many questions or on my checklist as to before I sign up any partner. And I also look at their roadmap, their goals, vision. I need to make sure that we are well aligned. Are they very business focused? Are they customer focused? How do they handle issues? What is their public image like? I also want to evaluate their trust and compatibility because there's going to be a lot of information sharing between myself and this other party that I intend to partner with. Even though there's going to be like a binding document, which is usually an SLO and NDA that covers that part, but I need to be sure that my existing standards will not drop by having to partner with you. I need to make sure that you can adhere to my own existing standards. And if need be for any change to happen, I need to improve. I need you to help me also improve over whether it is that have been done. So there is a standard which I have set for my organization, and I want you to come in and see how I can further upscale rather than bring those values down or those standards down. Yeah. So I'll just do a recap. It's just number one for me is I evaluate the cultural fit between myself and these partners. I make sure that my our goals, our visions are well aligned. Of course, I need to also establish the fact that can I trust this partner, and also are we compatible across various metrics and indices that I have actually put down here. So that's it, Myra.
Thank you very much, David. I picked up quite a number of things from what you said. Ensuring that you're both aligned, yourself and your potential partners, ensuring that you trust these, potential partners, amongst a number of things that you rightly said. So thank you very much. So for business owners and business leaders on the call, it's very important for you to take note of everything they've said so far. All right, so I can see that we have Dio. Dio, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you're doing good.
Hi, Maiwa. Hi, everyone. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can. We can loud and clear.
Okay, so I apologize for joining late. I had technical issues, and I also like to apologize for the sound of my voice. Right, I have a bit of a cold, and so I might not be very audible, but I'll try my best to speak as loud as possible.
All right, no problem.
Um,
Great to
so
have
thank
you
you for
join us.
having me.
All right, so Dayo, we've been discussing on the topic, like you know, is how to grow your business through strategic partnership. And one of the questions I posed to David, which I'm also going to pose to you, is how important is it, for businesses to leverage strategic partnerships for growth? In your own words, how important is it?
Okay, thank you. So for me, right, partnership is key, like in every area of life, right? It's basically leveraging the strength of another, right, to achieve a goal. And we all know that for businesses, right, the goal is for business growth, right? So strategic partnership is a must-have growth strategy, right? Where businesses businesses leverage on complementary companies, right? And where they're looking to tap into new markets, to improve their offerings, right? To serve their customers well, right? In fintech and in payments, you'd say um, one goal is to be able to push your market out there. Another goal is to be able to, collect effectively in this digital age that we are in. So it's very important that they can, include or incorporate this capability into the overall market, right, for the customers. So for me, if I'm to itemize it, it would be that it is crucial for businesses that are looking to expand their reach, right? You're able to reach a certain geography and you want to expand, right? You look at strategic partnerships that are stronger in areas that you're looking towards entering. You want to improve or you want to enhance your offering, right? You have built to a stage and you know that if I partner with XYZ Limited, I can, do so much more, right? Just to bring it home, right? For strategic partnerships, I would like to speak about the Nigerian economy, right? So Nigerian economy is a MSME predominantly economy, meaning that majority of the businesses here are micro, small, medium enterprises, right? And they contribute to more than half of the country's GDP, right? And we know how the ease of doing business is not is a topic for almost every government where they want to, do more for the ease of doing business, right? So at Zest, right? So I'm trying to insert Zest now. So at Zest, we're a payments company, right? And that have developed robust and secure material payment gateway and that allow businesses to collect digitally, right, across multiple payment channels. So if you are selling online and you want to sell to your customers, you want to collect payments, you don't have to box them to a particular channel, right? Your customers are able to collect or rather to pay through cards, right? Through account-based transfers, through QR and USSD short codes, right? And what you get with Zest is that we are a secure and reliable payment, right? So I've incorporated into our infrastructure advanced fraud detection and prevention systems, right? So you can push in high volume and expect that all your transactions will go through and that will be able to help you collect successfully. I've mentioned the multiple options for your consumers and your clients, right? This, excuse me, this ties into the overall customer experience where your customers can come on board and when they're not with their cards, then they can do a transfer or they can scan a QR or just use the USSD short code to pay. Part of what I mentioned too is access to new network of customers, right? I forgot to mention that part of or the sweet spot of the Zest payment gateway is that incorporated into it is a store builder, more like a storefront where businesses that don't have the capacity or the time to build a website can put up their wares and products and services here and for free, right, and share to people. And Even better is that these storefronts are aggregated into the Zest marketplace that, broadens the reach of these businesses, right? So that's access to new customers for you. And one thing that ties into to every business is the bottom line, right? We have competitive pricing, right, that can help you reduce your payment processing costs and improve the overall bottom line. And then lastly, but not finally, we allow for co-creation, right? So custom features where we can tailor to meet your specific needs and create these solutions with you. So that's just what I think about how businesses should try to strategic or leverage strategic partnerships. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you so much, Dario. Like you rightly said, Zest can always be a potential partner in case you're looking forward to partnering with Zest. As a business owner on the call, you can look into partnering with Zest. All right, so I'm going to be asking David a question now. And you've spoken about how important it is to leverage on strategic partnership, and also questions that business owners should have at the back of their mind and should be able to pose to their strategic partners, or rather their potential partners. I'd like to ask you, what potential downsides should businesses consider with strategic partnerships, beyond the initial benefits? What are the downsides that business owners should consider with respect to strategic partnerships?
Okay, yeah. So for me, one of the many, yeah, there are quite a few metrics that actually influences all of these decisions. Yeah, but first for me, I'm trying to share my personal opinion right now is the culture fit. Yeah, so regardless of how good a company is, the product is, the service is, I much more always want to weigh their cultural balance. Yeah, I need to make sure that I am not trying to what's the word now? I'm not trying to bring in culture that doesn't fit, or attitude or processes. Yeah, that's the word, processes that does not really fit or align with my organization or my team orientation. Yeah, and of course, the second, which is apparently the most important, is the legal framework. Yeah, I mean, you could go on and on, weeks, months, having to reach a compromise on a service level agreement or an ND or what have you. Yeah, so yeah, you have to review potential risk, because for every document that has been shared with you, it pretty much protects you as a person. So you need to be sure that whatever it is you're signing into also protects you as a partner. So that's why most times we have exchanges between legal departments across both organizations to make sure that the organization interest is well protected should they eventually go into that partnership. And another potential drawback is conflicts of interest. I need to be sure that the person I'm trying to go into a partnership with is not my competitor. Yeah, I need just something to enhance my business, to put me in some sort of leverage with my competitors. Yeah, so I need to be able to align interests to be sure that should we go into this partnership right now, our interests are still aligned. Should we continue that partnership in the next 5 years, our interests are still aligned. That's why it's very important for you to also understand what the growth roadmap of partnership should be with your other organization you're trying to get into partnership with. Another drawback might be the dependency risk. Yeah, so I'll just narrow it down to a very, very practical use case. As a business owner, I want to sell loans to people and the rest of them. Yeah, this is general now, not about my portfolio in Huawei. I'm a loan service provider. I have access to a lot of liquidity, but I need a technology service provider to be able to access markets, to be able to service all of these people, automate all of these processes between customer selection, onboarding, and disbursement. There's a huge dependence on the technology, which is being outsourced at this point. I need to make sure that whatever technology it is they are providing me with is top notch, such that, of course, from the consumer perspective, they know product X as one product. They don't care whatever vertical race has been involved in the onboarding to the disbursement, but they see your product as one. They assume you have absolute control over everything. That's from the consumer perspective. For myself as a business owner, as a stakeholder in that business, I need to be sure that my dependency risk is well taken care of, such that my partners are up to date and up to scale with whatever it is I am trying to do with my business. And of course, I have like an acronym which I use to gauge all of this partnership. It's called SMART, SMART. So S is for specific, M is for measurable. Of course, I need to be able to measure my performance over a period of time, performance of myself and my partners as well. A is achievable. So I don't want to set unrealistic targets, time frames for whatever it is I am trying to do with my partners. R must be relevant. Yes, I'm not trying to put in an obsolete product into the market. I need to stay relevant. And T is time bound. Yeah. So for every uh, document I'm signing into, for every partnership I intend to go into, there's a time frame for it. Even if it's going to last for 100 years, it's still a time frame that has to be documented. I know that for this period of this time frame, I'm able to hold you responsible, and you're also able to hold me responsible for whatever it is that goes wrong or right within that time frame. Yeah, so that's it.
Wow, thank you so much, David. I mean, I took out the smart goal aspect of it, especially because for every business, I just need to know, like David rightly said, smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, how relevant is it, and of course, time bound. And it's just very important that we know all of this. So I really hope that business owners on the call today are taking as much information as they can so that they can know how to leverage their business through strategic partnerships. Thank you once again, David. All right, so I have a question. I'm going to be posing it to Dio at this point in time. So I'd like to ask, what traditional metrics can businesses use to gauge the effectiveness of a strategic partnership? Now they've come together with your partners. Now, how can they, measure how strategic, or rather how effective their partnership is?
All right, thank you, Mayowa. So every business partnership, right? Every strategic partnership encloses both traditional and non-traditional measures. At the start of this talk, I said the base expectation is that my business will grow, right? And for business to grow, it means revenue growth, it means larger market share, it means more customer acquisition, right? But it shouldn't be down to just that, right? Businesses should be able to gauge effectiveness of strategic partnerships, right, when considering non-traditional metrics, right? Other non-traditional metrics, like they should look out to, they would look at customer retention, right? If you partner with a business and they are not, holding up to their own end of the bargain, right? It means that you have a churn and you lose businesses. So at some point, you're supposed to come back and review your agreement, right? What you're going to do, that we're looking to expand, but the little or the numbers that I have are even leaving us because you are not doing your part very well, right? So that's one metric that you should look at, and the customer retention, acquisition and retention, right? And again, it ties into the overall user experience. When I come on, your UI is friendly, is readable, is easy to navigate. I want to come there every other time, right? And so that's one. Another thing that you want to look at now is what is the brand perception, right? One fun insight is that partnerships that lead to significant social media buzz. I know we're in the social media era now, right? It's a digital era, so everything is out there, right? So you want to know that partnerships that lead to significant social media buzz and positive customer testimonials often indicate success. So you want to look at the brand perception. What do my customers think about me? This guy is doing, is this organization doing enough to ensure that we're seeing in a good light, on both sides, right? So there's the brand perception about it, and then there's also the area where the innovation rate, right? What is the time to the market? I had mentioned co-creation at the start, that as Zest, we're looking to sit down with you, listen to what you want to do, just tailor products, right? Aside of our off-the-shelf products, we want to tailor some functionalities around your business, right? So you want to see when there's a commitment that this will be shipped in XYZ period, right? You want to ensure that the time to market for new products or services are being added to. And once you do that, it all ties onto everything I've mentioned before in terms of retention, in terms of brand perception, and again, another thing that I think you look at is innovation, which still ties to this, the innovation output. How quickly are these things coming out? What rates are we developing new products or services faster? So yeah, I think that's it for me.
All right, thank you very much, Dari. Just you mentioned about trends, right? If I got you clearly, yes, and of course, social media trends and how it can greatly impact you as a business owner and even your strategic partnership. So, thank you very much once again, Dio. So, I have a question for David, and we're going to be wrapping up very soon, and I'd like to pose this question to both David and Dio, just to follow up with Dio. Oh, rather, I'm going to follow up with David first. The question is, what emerging trends in businesses, or rather, what emerging trends in business partnerships should businesses be aware of, to stay ahead of the curve? Everybody wants to be ahead. So, what are these trends that they should look out for so that they can be ahead of the curve? So, I would like David to answer first.
Yeah, so off the top of my head, number one is embracing the customer centric approach. Yeah, everybody is in business to service a customer, whether it is B2B model you run or B2C model. Yeah, so once you are able to embrace a customer centric approach, you put the customer at the center of it you do, you understand that your innovation is driven by the need and preferences of your customer, not even you as a product owner. I think that's one of the mistakes that product owners also do. They build based on their preference, not consumer preferences. Of course, once you deploy a service and you're able to monitor characters, how they tend to interact with this your platform or your interface or your application, there's a feedback channel there that says this is what I feel like I need. And once you're able to gather all of this information, you're able to aggregate it and say, oh, X% of my total users wants this. So being customer centric and of course being innovative also would help you stay on par and also ahead of a curve. And also market segmentation. You need to understand who you're serving. Yeah, a lot of features that might be needed on the B scale might not necessarily be needed on the C scale. And you want to make sure that you're not building or servicing the wrong people. Yeah, because you have to also establish a product market fit. Yeah, so if you have a very great product and you're servicing the wrong client, you end up being frustrated because you're not challenging this product to the right audience that should use it. Yeah, so another thing is embracing new technology. Yeah, you don't want to the stock and whatever it is that's been done a few years back and the rest of them. You want to know what is in vogue. Yeah, having done a lot of risk analysis and the rest of them, you want to be sure that you're up to date with current trends. If your competitors are having to process stuffs this way, how is it possible for you to even do better than whatever it is you're doing? And of course, you have to foster a culture of innovation amongst every product builder and product owners. Innovation is usually the center of everything. So if you want to stay relevant, you want to stay on par, you want to stay ahead of the curve, you have to always evolve and you have to always innovate. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you, David. I think it just sheds light on the fact that I think there's this saying about doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. It's just important that we stay ahead of the curve by, like you rightly said, being innovative, looking at new trends that you can apply to your business that will definitely keep you, ahead of the curve, like you rightly said. Thank you very much, David. All right, so Dayo, would you like to add to this?
Yes, now thank you so much. Just to piggyback off what David had mentioned around staying up to the latest trend, and I'll just couch it as digital transformation, right? In our ecosystem now, there are a lot of things going around with AI, that's the artificial intelligence, right? So you want to see you want to see how you can, get into this as quickly as possible. That partnerships out there that leverage this incredible infrastructure or technology right now. So you want to get into that and ensure that you are not stale and you are not backwards, right? And so another thing to consider in emerging trends is sustainability and social responsibility, right? You're looking at partnerships that are building today for tomorrow, right? For the future, right? And so it means that building safely and correctly, right? So you want to look at those, and you want you first of all, you need to be in that space, right? You have to be ESG conscious, and then you have to look for partners in that like mind. So attract like-minded partners to ensure that your rollouts and your services are socially responsible. Again, to ensure that you are competitive, to ensure that the partnership is right. One of the trends you want to jump on is global partnerships, right? You want to look at global expansion. You want partnerships that facilitate expansion to new markets, right? People that can help you tap into new businesses and new customers and all of that, right? So yeah, that's what I just need to add to that. I think he has covered a big piece of emerging trends.
All right, thank you very much, Dayo, and of course, thank you very much, David. So, in wrapping up, I have just this final question. We've spoken about strategic partnerships and basically how they can leverage a strategic partnership to foster in their business. I would like for you to highlight some of the mistakes that business owners make, oftentimes in respect to strategic partnership, because sometimes I believe that as much as they've been guided, some of them still make some certain mistakes which are common. I'd like for you to shed light on some of the common mistakes that they may make, when they're trying to partner strategically with some partners, and just so that they are aware of these mistakes, so that business owners on the call will not make such mistake, because I mean it has been noted to be common, right? So that business owners on this call will not make such mistakes. That's basically the question.
Oh, okay. The first off the top of my head for me is not holding stakeholders responsible for what they ought to do. Yeah. So even after you've gone ahead to identify a partner, or even way before you even identify this partner, a lot of people want to do, oh, because Mayowa is my friend and Mayowa seems to have an idea about what I want to do. I want to be a partner with Mayowa, and we don't have clearly defined roles and responsibility that we ought to do. I don't know what to hold Mayowa responsible for. Mayowa doesn't know what she needs to hold me responsible for, and the rest of them. So it feels like most times some things might just stall, not because each parties do not want to fix this issue. It's because they don't even know what they are responsible for in the first place. The product only looks interesting and they feel like, oh, let's join forces together and let's put something out there without clearly defining the mode of operations. So that is one of it. Another mistake I feel partnerships can run into is about we've not spoken about money here. Yeah, I seem to I like money a lot. I deal with numbers almost every now and then. Yeah. So if you don't know what is expected of you, if you do X responsibility, I mean, you might feel like I am taking a huge chunk of whatever reward comes from the partnership that we have signed into, and it's usually a function of not clearly defining roles, not clearly defining what you get, what I get. So having to go into word of mouth partnership doesn't cut it for me, to be honest. I need to be able to hold you responsible. You should be able to hold me responsible. If you feel like you're not being appreciated enough, we can there's what they call partnership optimization. There's always a room for us to fall back to whatever it is we have executed in time past and see, oh, I have grown 10x, I've grown 50x. I feel like I've helped you scale more market and the rest of them. Can we review terms and the rest of them? Yeah, so these are just one of the many or two of the many reasons I feel like partnerships can die a natural death or fail in between if they are not clearly defined from the onset.
All right, thank you very much, David. Dio, would you like to contribute to this?
Yes. So let me just quickly jump on what David had said around defining um, goals at the start, right? I would like to term it defining success. You need to understand what success means for the partnership, right? So you need to understand what success means for me in numbers this time around, right? In numbers, not necessarily numbers, but it should be considered. You need to be able to define what success means in this partnership, right? If not, you would get there and you wouldn't know, right? And so that's what's jumping up on what he had said. And you need to be able to, so people don't do that at the start. You need to be able to say, oh, once we achieve this and this, once we expand to this, once we have certain market share, then I want to tag this partnership correct. When they don't do that, it does feel like, oh, we're in this thing and only one party seems to be gaining, right? But another thing that is key is businesses need to understand, they need to evaluate the current stage. You need to know where you are right now. There are some partnerships that are rushed, right? Done a few months, maybe a couple of years before they should be originally, right? In my experience, I've had people who have spoken to people that, oh, we want you to do this for us. There's a market, and you understand there's a market available, and once we get this from you, we'll show you we'll do billions, and we'll do this, and we'll do that, right? And when you sit down and you try to examine what they have, and you see that it's very bare, right? The ideation stage is great, but they're not being able to put it into practical or even put a structure around it. So it's very good that business need to sit back and evaluate where they are and say, oh, in X years, in 6 months we will be here, and this is how we're going to get there. And when we get there, we will need this partner, we'll need that partner to scale, right? So I think business don't evaluate the situation properly. And after evaluating that, you also need to evaluate the compatibility with this partner. We want to partner with XYZ because you know that they have reach here and here. They know how to do this best. And then we're sure that when we partner with them, we'll achieve what you want to do. So for me, it's defining success. Once you define success, evaluate where you are, put it, down, and then map out your plans before you roll out.
All right, thank you very much, Zaire. If I picked anything from what you said, is the fact that business owners need to be able to properly evaluate, and so that at every point of their business, be it the ideation stage, they know what they want part time, they know who they're going to strategically partner with, and so they are not at any point in time, lost or making the wrong decision. So thank you very much once again, Dio and David. Thank you for joining us today. If we have no other questions, we're wrapping up very shortly. Like I said earlier on the call, the Zest Webinar, we do it on a monthly basis, and we'll bring together experts, industry leaders to ensure that businesses and of course business owners have the right insights on different topics. Over the course of the month, we've spoken on different things, and today we've been able to speak very in-depthly on strategic partnerships. And I can say that this has been a very impactful session because I believe business owners on the call have been able to take out one or two things and they're able to run with it for their businesses. So once again, I'd like to say thank you to our speakers for joining us, and of course, thank you to everyone who has joined the call today. So in wrapping up, we'll be dropping a link in the comments section, so you can be on the lookout for the link. It's just to give us it's a survey link to know how this webinar has been, what you'd like us to improve on, amongst many other things. But I would like to say thank you for joining us, and to all business owners on the call. Please note that Zest is a very, very, very good partner to look out for, as we are very interested in the growth of your business. It's a platform orchestrator that connects businesses and lifestyles to payments through multi-rail payments. We have the e-commerce capabilities amongst a host of many other things. So you can come on board on Zest, and I believe we'll drop a link to come aboard on Zest. In the meantime, please look out for the link in the comments so you can fill it out and fill the survey form. Yes, so please look at the link in the comment. the link has already been dropped, so you can fill out the survey so we can know how best to make our webinars better just for you, our business owners. Like I said, Zest is very, very interested in the success of your business in the year 2024. So once again, thank you for joining us. My name is Maya Georgia. It has been a pleasure hosting today's webinar. We'll see you next month. God's willing. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
All right,
Mario.
thanks.